Um, Honestly, for standard deviation, I kind of use both. And then just look for something that aligns. It's really discretionary a lot of the way. And the standard deviation traders teach it. It's really weird. Okay, I'll actually show you an example. I'm gonna use this Dutch's standard deviation. That's good. 3 minute, you'll find the 3 minute. Okay, so yeah, this is the level. So we have to look for something that aligns right here. I think it's gonna be CE of this big Sibi right here. 4 hour, I'm not sure. Usually I just look for alignment and stuff within this range. Maybe OTE plus standard deviation would be good. There's kind of nothing here. A bunch of baloney. Find it down. Maybe we could see 225 get ran. Not really something I'm crazy interested in. Hey, I could take Sam in here. I want to see a Sam trade again. I'm not in, no. I'm not in anything. If I was in, I'll show you guys. Trust. And I gotta be more consistent. I haven't really been journaling my trades. I've just been bombing recently. So, that's something I'm gonna do. Pop up standard deviation. There we go. Perfect. I'll explain in a second. I'm gonna keep eating. Oh, bro. Jack, nice job. Also, I created the E8 account. I just haven't purchased that account yet. I had no idea that there were also a futures firm though, but it should be fine. Just these accounts are so expensive. I don't know if I'm going to Crunch tonight. I might go tomorrow, because today, what was it called? I think I want to go tomorrow because I might buy a motorcycle tomorrow, ride it to Crunch. So, I just got to get my documents today for it. That's why I'm kind of busy. I'm hoping you'll let me KYC though. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. Yeah, Sam's looking at 888. I remember that from last night. Yeah, I know. I saw you guys looking at that one. I like something like 777, but the only reason why I take 777 is just because it's a lucky number. At 30.5. See standard deviation of a level. Ooh. Yeah, it's in the range of standard deviation. It's pretty good. I had to mark out the first presented gap and stuff. Well, I have an indicator that does it for me. Let's get down into the lower time frame, ICT, institutional order flow stuff. No, I'm kidding, by the way. 777 is really just a lucky number. It's like the gambling number. Also, using first presented gaps, I'm gonna have a lot more stuff in regards to like really high quality levels soon, because ICT dropped so much stuff that I wasn't paying attention to because it wasn't a part of my model. But in 2024 mentorship, he dropped so much top and bottom taking stuff. Like levels aligned with the first presented gaps, you can just go nuclear on these things and have your stop at the top of the first presented gap and just target whatever you want, and it's really accurate. But that's just stuff I'm researching about. I have to go through all my old notes to figure it out fully. So let's see. I want to be bearish right now. Hourly. Currently. No, we don't have anything. Bro, Sam, you want to join the voice chat? I see you and him looking at that level. I'm kind of eating right now. You can take it over for a bit. Seriously, bro, American bike laws are so good. You can get away with a lot of stuff. I got announced today's like the last day of Black Sheep 2, being 50% off and 7-day refund. I wanted more students, so it makes me mad. I have the whole thing filled out too. The whole purpose, because I made this thing where people go through this into like the systems and stuff, and I'm able to review it. It's completely empty. I made this like a few months ago. That's why I want to do a trial to see if I can actually get people to kind of like test it out. Should I do a 7-day trial for Black Sheep? Would you guys want that? A decent 1000cc R1 is going to be like 10,000. I'd say 1000cc's are in the range of like 10 to 11,000. Also, Sam's literally one of the main reasons why I'm balling out recently. This dude, he inspired me to size up and just max size everything. It's nuts. I went from like trading like 3 to 5 MNQ on my fundeds to trading like 1 to 2 NQ. And that's why I'm making so much right now. I'm making way more payouts. It's crazy. Alright, there's the delivery lower. I love the wings of an S1K. What's up, guys? Yeah. Bro, I never even expected it. It was the weirdest thing ever. I've never thought anyone could be successful trading Asia. I thought it was impossible because every time I traded it, I get destroyed. But literally, Sam like top takes the Asian range sometimes, and he holds for like whatever the London Open is. It's just whatever. Because I mean, the way you can see success by doing that is waiting for like the actual cycles. So, for example, um, the end of the PM session is accumulation. Going into Asia session, if it's manipulation after we've already accumulated throughout the whole PM session, and it manipulates going into Asia, that's where you can catch the craziest Asian levels. That's the only time I really like trading Asia. And then we can catch the London distribution, then New York reaccumulates, and it kind of throws us off. But I'm waiting for macro. Then we're gonna get really internal with what I look for. Yeah, which means low volume. That's another thing. That's why you literally can't really trade the way you do in New York, um, during Asia. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So, S&T at the lows, mainly just a lot of cracking correlations. I'm still gonna remain primarily bullish. I think I want a long above this inversion, if we can close above 931st presented as well. I'll probably wait for this. Ooh, it's very volatile right now. I don't know if this is a good idea. And for this second, it's just a forward test. Okay, that's perfect. Maybe today, I have to see how much I have, honestly. I might breach my credit limit with how much I'm gonna spend. I've already spent 3,000 this month. I have to drop another 3 for the motorcycle, so we'll see. I also still have your cash. I was gonna give it to you, but I have your cash in my bag. Also, I think we're gonna miss a fill. I don't really think we're gonna get much opportunity. Yeah, they could probably handle it. Also, I'll talk to you later about what account type it is, because there's like one step, two step, like you have to create your own account. That's the only reason why I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna be right back. After this. I want to see us hold above the 931st percent gap though. So I'll have to see what we do off of it. This 1 minute candle will decide a lot. I don't really recommend setting limits here. I think it'd be better if we wait. Go to at 741, at 16. Holy smokes. Yeah, you're still trading Powell, right, Trey? Alright, that's it. I am filled. Yeah, standard deviation. Which one are you using? SOAP or are you using... Which one are you using for standard deviation? If this fails to hold, then we have to wait for another setup. SOAP and Dutch. Okay, that's good. I forgot. I was gonna send you it, but it was just... It's not really worth sending. Yeah, this trade's gonna die. I think we need to rebalance the internal range first before we do anything. You know, good idea, pal. Funny up. Thank you. Mm-hmm. MacBook Air M2 for training. No, the MacBook M2 Air doesn't overheat. It's actually a really good laptop. Look at my background. It is C2BAAE. The MacBook doesn't overheat. Honestly, it's kind of too much for trading, but it will do the job. 50 macro open. We gotta wait for SMT. I think the reason why the inversion didn't hold is because we didn't have SMT. Gotta wait for a higher quality setup. Now we do have SMT though. So now we just need more confirmation of a reversal. Holy smokes. I wanted to go long because I just like to see the BISI being held right here. I like to see the closure above the 931st percent gap and this lower gap getting inversed. I wanted to see higher off of it. But the only reason why I pretty sure it didn't hold was because we didn't have significant SMT at the lows. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find a higher quality setup. Oops. We can wait for New York's range to fully be defined. Wait for a setup with like targeting opening range high up here. I still want to see the standard deviation in play, so we're gonna have to watch for that. Yeah. Just finished the vlog. Wait, was it the Filipino vlog? The Philippines? 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, let's get back down to business. Oh wait, we had this level down here. Has it been tapped? No, it hasn't. Okay. Yeah, the M2, I always have like 20 tabs open on the M2. Oh, wait, within 10 points of it. Dero trades uses AI. Oh yeah, I remember Dero. He is... No, I'm following him on Instagram. He trades like these really crazy scalps with Take Profit Trader. Symbol 2R, very nice. The level wasn't cleanly respected. Usually I'd want us to stay within the wick. But now we've ran out London low. Is this equal lows or do we actually run this out? Just equal lows here, engineering more liquidity. Not really the best for us. I still want to see us reach up into this. We haven't reached second standard deviation of the range yet. I also want to see more manipulation. I mean, I guess you can consider this manipulation because we already ran into premium of the range. Thinking back to what I said in my weekly analysis, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but this is way too fast. I want to see this happen throughout the course of 4 days, this whole thing, so it could be more spread out. Alright, we have 10 AM open. If we're going by the 850 macro, the high probability IFEG isn't really high probability because we have another SIBI resting above it. So I wouldn't really consider this one to be as high probability because we typically like to close above, run to the SIBI, and then actually rebalance the range. So price, if we're going to close above it, I can kind of anticipate it to do something like this and then continue higher, but that's all I really would be looking at. Alright, let's see if this inversion holds or how clean this inversion would hold. I might, well, I need to see internal SMT at these lows, actually, if I want to take a paper long for it. Otherwise, I can't really see it as a high probability setup, a high quality setup. I mean, we do have SMT at the lows currently, but I don't like trying to call reversals. I'd rather see confirmation of like change in state of delivery and stuff, which this would be considered high probability macro order block. So let's clean this up real quick. See how price holds. I want to see the bodies hold above this. We're still selling off on YM though. I don't really like to see that, but pumping up higher. Getting really internal now. So closure above this. I want to see if we do as I said, close above this, retrace to rebalance this overall range, potentially getting an entry on this 1 minute inversion right here, and then going based off of that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be trying to look for. I'm going to anticipate in Q2 rebalance the range. Okay, now we closed above. I'm just going to see where we're going to be at. I want to see the SIBI just temporarily shoot NQ lower and then hit this and then go higher. Or we can literally just come off with a high probability inversion and just run higher. It can go both ways. Looking at the 5 minute though, we're about to form a 5 minute inversion in 30 seconds. So I want to see that get utilized. And if we reach the macro open, which is this line right here, the trade is kind of done for in a sense, because we've already reached our draw on liquidity, or bare minimum draw. Once we expand past the macro open, we don't really have much opportunity for a retracement or a reentry. And we just more than likely run to our current draw, which is opening range high. Very nice job, Simple. That's beautiful. On Q. If I'm gonna go in terms of like what I'm seeing though, I mean midnight open, it looks like we fully just manipulated and ran lower throughout or with midnight open. 10 a.m. open, it's kind of contradicting itself, because if I'm considering this to be power 3, I'm gonna have to see like both sided manipulation higher. If this is manipulation though, we're gonna distribute higher, but if this is manipulation, we have to distribute lower. So it's kind of getting 50-50 right now. But let's see if we actually rebalance the range, as I said. High probability order block was a decent long, but I don't really have high confidence in them. They're kind of more like CI, kind of like betting on a change in state. Closure above it was really nice though. Okay, yeah, I want to see 5 minute inversion aligns with the high probability inversion. It's going to be really rough to try to run into this and run up higher without getting stuck down to 0.5 of the range. So there's kind of like 3 injuries going on right now. Usually I get whichever one is inside of discount, so it would be this one as the entry, but we already utilized it, so the next best thing is the inversion here, or for some people that aren't in the voice chat, the actual black sheep that trades solo, they're more than likely trying to long off of this, but they should be able to have it down. The only thing we could have done better for this is have a breakaway gap somewhere down here. Oh, jeez. Oh shoot, we tap back into it. Okay. I don't want to take this one. But my prediction is doing well. This is what I'm aiming for. Okay, we also ran to 2 key times. 8:30. What is that? 8:30 in New York Open. Let's see what happens. Rebalance the range and then higher, or are we gonna run off of this? Honestly, best case for us if you want to catch a re-entry when you see this get respected, if we form a Sibi here and immediately disrespect it, forming an inversion, you can just straight up enter off that inversion. But I'm kind of leaning more towards being bullish right now, trying to push for longs. I'm gonna make a video on high probability IFEG, drop it on my YouTube. Really professional video soon. The only thing I'm not a fan of is just conditions right now, but I'm willing to take it on paper, but nothing else. I'm not going to take it on eval, I'm not going to take it on funded, I'm literally just going to take it on paper, because I don't really like conditions right now. Not really trustworthy for me. Yeah, high probability inverse fair value gap. Basically, I'll go over it in the video, but it's a gap that's been initially used to run out liquidity or run out a key objective. So the initial state of delivery of the Sibi was, what's the word? It's bearish. So we had bearish delivery, we closed above it, now we're anticipating the gap to basically be a change in state of delivery. The initial delivery being bearish, we want to see the delivery change to being bullish. We want to see a bullish delivery. Like this one, this is also a high probability inversion because we utilize it to run and rebalance the range. So if we fail to run to here, we also have this as kind of a backup. My age is 18. Okay, we kind of have a SMT in the internal range right now, so I don't know, force longs. I just explained it. I'll make a video on it, you'll see. I'll make a YouTube video and try dropping it today. If this trade holds. If it doesn't hold, then the HPI FEG is a flawed concept. It's a busted concept. Yeah, it can be bearish. I have my reasons. If price just chops sideways though, it doesn't give us an opportunity for anything. Or even if the Zenchi does play out, either one, I feel like after we run up this high, it's just gonna accumulate the whole session until we get to PM and maybe do something. I'm thinking right now PM might be better because of how we've already had our full AMD. Like you can see accumulation, manipulation, distribution, clean conditions going throughout Asia and London. Now New York's just reaccumulating. So the market's circadian rhythm is kind of off right now. We usually accumulate Asia, manipulate London, distribute New York, but it's really not happening right now. So choppy too. Not clean delivery at all. Being profitable means sitting out of these conditions, I guess. Also, high probability breaker right here. No, ICT uses the 15-second time frame for like everything. For me, I just calculate my position size by just doing the math for it. Like 1NQ is double of whatever this is. So this is, let's just do 12. So that means this is $240 with 1NQ, or 5MEQ, that's just $120. That's just the way I remember it. So 12 points, it's just that with 5 MNQ, so like half of 1NQ, it is 120. But you're trading double with 1NQ, so it's 240. And I just go based off of that. C2BAAE. Also, if you're just trading on TradingView, you can easily do it just by doing this. When you create it, you can type in however much you want to be risking. USD right here, change it to USD and just go for that. Concept's a little bit different, but it's not good. Oh, there we go. Right here. Told you about this high probability inversion. I was looking at my phone, I was distracted. Jeez. 5 days for NDocs, 5 weeks for N1s. Okay, let's see how this holds. We'll bust above this high. Change of character. Oh yeah, let's fall out. We didn't reach into this inversion, but we rebalanced this range. This is still considered a macro high probability inversion too, so this is good. Now we just gotta hope price will deliver higher, because we have SMT at the highs from this low run right here. But I'm gonna anticipate this to be false SMT within a narrative. I don't really want to see it as a reversal, but rather just NQ gonna follow through. Usually I like to see speed off of these, especially after accumulating, but we'll see how this goes. Opening range / drawn liquidity would be the risk reward on this. The stop would be off the end log targeting. 3.5. Okay. Yeah, I like the SMT at the lows. I just like what the price is showing me right now. I just made one. It has like 7 songs in it, but I'll drop it when it has more in it. It'll be like all the trading songs I used, especially during the winter. This sucks. I hate this so much. Price isn't being clean right now. Not even clean delivery. A little 1 minute SMT at the height. Just smashed through all of this. Premium and discount was doing range for inside of EQ. Price accumulates around equal EQ. So, more than likely, since this isn't wanting to play out, it's probably going to do this for the rest of the day until we get into, I guess you can say, 1050 macro. So I think the best thing to do is kind of like abandon this macro model with these internal trades and then just move on to looking for levels and trading off of levels, I guess. This 15-minute VPR is getting in our way. No, it's barcode right now. Pure of the wicks and you'll see. Romeo took shorts. I'll mark out your shorts, Romeo. We'll watch them live. These aren't my shorts, these are...
Hey, it's Hassan, General Manager at Walzer Hyundai Kuhn Rapids.
ICT. Uh-oh, Romeo. Uh-oh, Romeo. Oh no. Okay, the SMT was false in the end, so it held, but I just don't like to see this. This is some baloney right here. Usually we react quickly off of this. Yeah, we usually react way quicker off of this instead of just spending the time to come back down into it. But I think the initial idea would be right, I guess. I don't know if I really want to journal it though. I guess I can journal the logic behind it, because it's clear logic, but it's just not really delivering clean today. 3.5. Hey, what's up, Iconic? Wait, Flip, did you take long? Or were you long? You were long earlier. Oh, okay. The narrative held, but it's not as clean as I'd want to see it. So I'm not going to count it. But I do want to keep the logic in mind, because this is like clean logic behind it. Just not really clean delivery. Still delivered, just not really as clean as I'd want to see. I guess I can do a small little trade breakdown because I have a new thumbnail that I want to use, but this will help the high probability inversion lecture. Oh, that's not bad. It's pretty good. This is going into the playlist. and journal the moment it happens. That can be the breakdown later. I'm gonna say this was probably the best trade of the session, even though it didn't deliver clean. I didn't take out anything, by the way. I was just tape reading it, giving the logic behind it. But at least my bias and narrative was correct. Even though the PD arrays I wanted to see hold didn't really hold cleanly, the logic was still there. Perfect. Clean delivery. Ding. Gonna go in my collection. Time-based draw on liquidity. 2 HPI from G's. This is only problem with this trade was not really in good conditions, but this is like the standard macro model. Different though. There's 2 macro models, which is really weird. You took it on paper? Perfect, Finn. Good job. No, I didn't take it. I just don't like conditions, if I'm being honest. It wasn't as clean for me. But I'm really chasing the data on Mondays in the clean trades. But this is our time-based draw on liquidity. So there's 2 different macro models, the one that uses 945 and the one that uses 950. 945 is more of a broader perspective, way wider, but I'd say 950 is still really precise. The whole reason why we were long biased, as I said, once we run it, okay. For the people that were fully paying attention to what I was saying earlier, the macro open, when we run past the macro open, the trade is going to be dead, because when we run past it, we have a tendency to not retrace past it. We tend to just straight up deliver through it, and if we don't deliver through it, trade's not a good idea, right? And this is another reason why the trade was good. This song sucks, to be honest. Just not really the cleanest delivery. And I guess we can expand up to midnight open, unless we want to rebalance down to the 10 a.m. open. Oh yeah, silver bullet, that's perfect. Was the model I got my first payout on. Silver bullet. The 5-minute silver bullet, actually. Oops. Yeah, 5-minute silver bullet was peak. Just the fair value gap. I listened to ICT Twitter Spaces at the gym, but it's really just have the highest probability draw on liquidity per specie during 10 a.m. That fits your narrative, 10 to 11, and that was really good, honestly. 10 per specie, bang, draw on liquidity. No, it's not even a sweep, it's just fair value gap and good draw on liquidity. It's such a simple model. Continuation, yeah. Yeah, 2022 is a market structure shift. We are gonna do ICT 2025 mentorship dropping in September. I'm gonna study all of that. Speed reaction though, not bad. I thought we'd hold higher above it, but straight up off of the time-based high, the highest probability draw on liquidity. Now, more than likely, if we see 10 a.m. open, I can understand it. We've already manipulated for the 4-hour power 3. We catch distribution lower. Bust open this inversion. BPR. We have SMT at the highs. We have SMT at the highs right now.
DQ presents the sound of happy.
Black premium. Yeah, I actually have. The 2025 lecture series was actually a step lower. 2024 is literally the best mentorship ICT has ever dropped in his life. I've never seen anything match the amount of value given in the 2024 mentorship. The 2025 mentorship is kind of off a bit. I wouldn't really say it's too good, but you learn about grading dealing ranges too. Okay, here we go. Like for example, this civvy would be a good civvy to short off of. Right here, this is a very good civvy to short off of actually. This one too. So if we're gonna have a complete run lower, this is how ICT picks and chooses winning PD arrays. Which PD arrays are gonna hold just by grading the dealing range. Since our drawn liquidity is engineered with previous day low, I think something like this is what he would look for or reasonably expect if we don't come back up into here. If this fails, then we're gonna look for this one. But I want to see this one actually hold based on what we know from 2020. Which one was it? I'll actually pull up the lecture because I studied this one extensively. This one's gonna fail, isn't it?
Now for our main my destination, and I'm always pursuing it. The way that would unfold here is, let's you if you're not really ready to learn, you're going to come to me and say, okay, teach me how I need to learn because I know how I should be taught. Well, if you know how you should be taught, then you know everything,
So
and you're
you're
the teacher. Then
it's entertaining, honestly, entertaining enough for me. Yeah, the concept didn't work this time. But I'll show you
I'm not gonna waste my time with people like that. So I always build in we don't just go down here and start buying just because it's trading there. Let the algorithm tip its hand to you. Let the market say, listen, I'm going to show you what I'm about to do. Pay attention. So the market goes above the short-term high here. What makes this candlestick important? It's lower high here and it's lower high here. So that's a swing high. So when the market breaks above that, that's a shift in market structure. So we can see it as such. So that's a shift in market structure.
William just balled out on the long that we had. Holy smokes, he bottom ticked that off of the high probability order block.
Look at the model 2022 mentorship videos and you'll see it's very similar to that. And then it displaces higher, and then we have another swing high. This candlestick's high is lower than that one, and then the lower high on this one. So there's a swing high there. It broke both of them, leaving what? This buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency.
Implied dealing range. Here we go.
A portion of the order block, or a portion.
Here for the measuring gap too. This one's good. I always want to learn the implied dealing range. That's something I've wanted to study so badly. see if the measuring gap will hold right here. No, that's not gonna be right.
Of the fair value gap must, listen folks, listen, listen, listen.
No. First mentorship you should watch is 2020. I watched 2022 mentorship full thing. I went to core content. I kind of watched all the market maker primer, the OTE, all those. But I watched those. Then I watched the core content once, and then I watched the whole thing again to make sure I fully understood it. And then I went on to the 2023 mentorship, started studying, taking concepts that I liked, and then every single day I watched with Baltic. We both took turns taking notes. We watched the ICT 2024 mentorship, and that's where I like all my trading was built off of the 2024, and now I'm just picking and choosing stuff from the 2025 that I like, and incorporating it into my logic, but not my models. My models are different from what I have. Maybe the PD array will hold in the end. In the 1 minute. Maybe the 15-second was a little bit too greedy. Yeah, you should watch it, honestly. He drops a lot of lore behind him, too. When he used to be a trucker, he used to be eating cereal, driving with his legs. It's nuts. Just watching how he reads the market, you can actually replicate that really easily. It'll help you. I'm gonna do like a spread on you guys. My trading knowledge right here. In depth. Going all the way back to 2023. Let's look for August 18th. August 18th. This was, how much years? Was this last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. This is my level of trading, my experience. Bro, I have Obsidian. I haven't updated it, but I will show you my Obsidian. It's nuts. I know EG uses Obsidian, but this is like last year. It's doubled from this. But yeah, every single one of these are individual notes I have on my trading. Float. Mitigation theory. 2025. Rome has fallen. Click leak. Yeah, it's a brain. Accessor who's hitting his use ICT. Good. This is fearing stuff. This is all my studying from fearing. 2022 mentorship. Yeah, it is a brain, I guess. I want to find the 2024. I can't find it. Yeah. Hey, create the model? I honestly could. Yeah, and the markets were way easier from 2 years ago. I remember being in class, writing some of this. I want to find one where it crashed out. I tried to curse the teacher in my notes. Maybe I can find one of my payouts too, from a while ago. I was in Justin Whirlin Tactical Traders Discord 2 years ago, paying for it. Dang. This guy got exposed as a fraud. Standard deviation to project our target. Also, I drew out standard deviation so wrong there. Yeah, this was one of the ICT students. Very nice job, Romeo. See if there's anything special here. Because there might be something I'm missing out on. Oh, jeez. Tricky session today, definitely. I'm gonna go through the 2024 and show you guys what I mainly mean. There we go. Are the calls scheduled? Wait, what do you mean are the calls scheduled? Afraid to lose all the notes. Yeah, I did. It's really easy to do. I don't really like Obsidian though. I recommend sticking with Notion because I'm just more used to it. I remember that. Oh, so it did hold. Wow. It's nice. No, don't use handwritten notes. I really recommend not using handwritten notes. I'm actually really against it. I used to have handwritten notes. That was like 2022 when the ICT mentorship. My first form of notes was like these little journals I bought at Cub. Jeez, I've been trading for such a long time. I'm not hitting 10K months yet. My progress was slowed down because I sized down. That's literally it. Otherwise, I think I'd have so much more money. Can't do timestamps, you can't have screenshots. I've been trading for like 3 years, bro. 2022, maybe, yeah, 3 years. Like, the 2022 mentorship was being released when I was, when I started trading. Yeah, I am an old head. I've been doing this since I was like 15. Peak though, I really think my peak was when I was 16. Yeah, when I was 16. 16 was my prime. I actually had a 10K month and I was consistently hitting 2 to 5K months. Like taking payouts on 3, like, what was it called? 3 top step accounts. I was balling out. Yeah, 16 was my prime. I'm getting back into it though. I fell off. No, I did have some payouts. My most recent payout was like last week. And I'm gonna have the 1.5K payout today, at the end of the day. So, we'll see. Yeah. No, mid 17, I was way too, what was it called? I was way, mid 17? Let me think. No, I was break even. I mean, I had a good payout. I was really consistent back in January. In February, I was taking payouts back then, using the first form of the macro model because it was super clean daily. And then I sized down on my funded accounts, and that was the worst mistake I ever made. It allowed me to take lower quality trades and just get busted break even. I settled for the lowest quality trades. It was so bad. But right now, I just only take high probability setups with 1 IQ. Or I just ball out on levels. Yeah, sizing down. Now I size up and I hold to the moon. Well, I mean, is it the emotion iconic? Is it the emotional aspect of what you do? Like, do you manage your trade a lot, or what do you do? Yeah, I don't really trail. I just enter and hold. So like, I have a good entry. I don't move the. I don't really go break even anymore. I just straight up, if I find a good entry, I go heavy size. I do not touch it at all. I just watch it. Last week I think I took like 5 or 6 trades, and yeah, I'd say 5 to 6 trades, maybe 6 or 7. See you later, Jersey. Hey, Jersey, are you still here? Yeah, that's what I do. In clean conditions, I'd be trying to make a lot of money, but these aren't really clean for me. Um, Usually, the way I determine conditions is determining if overnight we had a large expansion, which, as you can see here, major expansion, so that automatically qualifies for bad conditions. Really, the AMD, the accumulation, manipulation, distribution has already happened. This New York session is just straight up going to reaccumulate until probably PM, and then it's going to just fix itself later. Dang. It's very good. No more partials though. If you would have held, you would have so much. You'd have $1,000 right there. I'm just messing with you. I'm surprised you actually shorted off of that Sibi though. It will hit previous day low. I'm confident. The graded dealing range is hit. I just think the 15-second was too low and the stop was too tight. We should also, this was the 4-hour power 3. We should see distribution lower than that. So, iconic. Triple your take profit. Okay. Second standard deviation. What manipulation like though? From this whole one right here? No way. Alright, it's been hit. Previous day low has been ran. I want to see full distribution relentlessly through the lows, down to second standard deviation. It's nuts. So you already took 5 off. Let's calculate how much you'd make. You would be $1,370 from that trade. And you're already partial and you could be break even. All that one. You'd have $1,270. I'm gonna be cheering for you, iconic. You gotta hold heavy, hold large. That's how you make big money. I'm gonna head out in a bit, by the way, but I hope you guys learned something from this live. I'm doing good, Quentin. How are you? Yeah, you can make multiple folders. Struggling? Bro, what's wrong? Okay, that's good. If you can handle the retrace, it'd be good. Structured. Yeah, I got you. I mean, I don't really have much behind it. The way I do my stuff right now. Uh-oh. It's the wrong page. Jeez. I don't really have a full defined structure for it. It's kind of the way I used to do it. I just put it inside like the data thing. Studying finished. If I have to revisit it, then I come back and revisit it. And yeah, I just put in notes, whatever I find interesting, whatever I like, and then I review it at the end, make sure I have a full thing. Sometimes I backtest concepts that intrigue me. Sometimes I look through it, I try to understand it, have mastery over it. Dynamic range that can change and expand until 10 a.m. Buttons closure. The market needs to breathe. It's just because it's macro right now. We formed a macro BPR. We're about to. Is there SMT at the lows? There is SMT at the lows. No, iconic. Keeping combined with bias. Yeah, it's a simple table. I shouldn't have done this. Maybe off the Sibian goal. Did you close or are you still holding iconic? Took money off previous day loan 2 accounts. Okay, that's good. 1 account holding. Perfect. Just let that account be held to the bottom. I'll take paper shorts down to second standard deviation with you. We're gonna fight the thing. Yeah, that's good. Trade SMC. Well, today I think anyone would struggle with it. It's not really daily routine type of thing. Yeah, I kind of do have a daily routine. I have it in my actual journal. Ask ChatGPT to make you a routine. This is kind of my system. Wake up at 5 a.m., look over my whiteboard in the back, has my goals and stuff. Consistently journal. Follow my system. I don't care about the P&L. I only care if I follow my system and my trades. I create content, 3 to 4 hours of trading, then I do a trade recap, and then I do my data collection and I write a short summary of the trading session, like how I was feeling, how I was performing, if my analysis was on, was I doom scrolling on TikTok. Then I usually hit the gym, go box, whatever, and then I come home and I study. I study top and bottom ticking. I offload all the data and the lessons I learned from the day into Black Sheep, the mentorship. Trade recap or class for the students, which I haven't done in a while. I do systems where I work on the server, I add content and I add value. Then I just study whatever. I just study productivity, Machiavelli, law of attraction. I read Robert Greene or any of this. Pavel Piklev, this is just one of my friends. Then content brainstorm before I go to sleep. I backtest for an hour, journal, wind down. I can optionally read, and then I just read my whiteboard and I go to bed. That's literally what I do every day. And I'm following it really strict right now because I'm on another vacation. But this Friday, so I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, as much effort as possible right now. This is so sad. Anyways, I think that's everything. For the people watching this, I'm gonna give Black Sheep a free 5-day trial, 7-day trial. I don't know, just for this week. Only today. It's gonna be gone tomorrow. So just 1 day to get it. It'll last for 5 days. I just kind of want feedback on it. So let's do that real quick. Well, okay, it's only 7 days. We'll do that then. No, actually, I have literally nothing else. I can honestly do daily uploads as much as I need. I just get busy. Something like today, I'm gonna be busy because I have to handle some documents. So that's kind of it. Otherwise, I'd be able to like do daily vlog uploads, which is what I want to do. But then I feel like the vlogs get kind of boring because of that stuff. I don't know if you're able to see if I touch that. Oh, thank you, bro. I'll make sure I consistently drop vlogs. It's like it. Oh yeah, it's here. 7-day trial. Alright. Oh, hold on. Hey, thank you, bro. Okay, it's dropped. I thought the hourly long vlog was kind of off though, because there's just a bunch of random clips. I gotta see how it's performing right now. Alright. Thank you. We're gonna have better vlogs. More bangers are coming. Okay. Probably this Tuesday. I'm gonna record my full travel, so we're gonna have another travel vlog coming. It's probably gonna be an hour or two long, so that one should be pretty good. That's really it. Anyways, I'm done streaming for the day. I'm done trading. Hopefully you guys learned something from the tape reading session we did today. There's not much else for me to do. I'm gonna do my own personal recap. As you know, you guys know my full routine.